All right, I'm ready. So today we are going to talk about corporate level strategy. So I want to remind you, okay, the last time we talked about what business level strategy, right? Business level strategy was to reduction, product differentiation, and you have a gap. This is a value. Then, if this value is great, then you have competitive advantage. Okay, so business level strategy was a single business unit. How to compete. Okay, how to compete. The central idea of strategy management is course. Okay, we talk about it, right? And this time we will talk about a little bit different environments, multiple business units, multiple business units. Okay, so think about it. Something like GE, there are many business units, right? Many business units. How to harmonize, how to harmonize these multiple business units to maximize my value. This is corporate level strategy. Okay, so basically we are going to talk about diversification, something like acquisition, some strategies. Okay, related, unrelated diversifications. Like we already talked about this topic at the beginning of the semester with my papers. Okay? Acquisitions and licensings and the CVC and alliances, joint ventures, something like that. Okay. So you are already familiar with this topic. So we go, okay, simple and strong. So let's talk about diversification today. Our schedule. So exam. Okay, Wednesday, we will cover three chapters again, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So you're familiar with my test. So I'm not worried about. Okay. And presentation coming Monday. Okay, so we are going to talk about in the presentations. We are going to talk about your simulation. Okay? What did you do? Okay? What you did? Okay? Right. So what is your strategy? Okay? What is your? How do you think about the critical factors that determine your performance? Something like that. It will be very casual meeting. Okay, you can use PowerPoint slides, of course. Okay, then we don't have a very casual conversation about your simulation because you are doing okay simulations, right? Okay, so you are about to start the regular competition round. So we're going to talk about what's going on, basically. Okay, then your ideas. Okay, is that right? Clear? Your audio, video, everything's okay? Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow, we have a routine. Nice. And this is your one keys. So your average is a 6.91 out of 7. Perfect. And standard deviation, look at this, 0.28. Perfect. I don't have any complaint. You're doing great. All right, let's take the one keys. So diversification, all right? Corporation level strategy. So please go ahead, Canvas. Under the keys, now chapter 6 one keys is available. Please go ahead, take chapter 6 one keys. Okay, I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. But when you're done, please let me know. Okay, anybody needs more time? All right, great. Let's talk about diversification. Very, very simple. Very simple topic. I already the central ideas of this topic on the chat screen. Okay? I said this topic is fundamentally all about make or buy, right? Make or buy, in or out. So I'm gonna do by myself in. I'm gonna make someone else to do it out. Make or buy. Okay? So if acquire something, some company, then what is this? You make it inside. Okay? If you do CDC, what is it? Outside. Someone else. Make someone else do it. Okay? So make or buy. Make or buy. Okay? So please have this concept. Then that's it. Very simple topic. Okay. Number one, diversification initiatives must be justified by the creation of value for shareholders. How do you think about it? Number one, how do you think about it? Is it true or false? Yes, it's very true. Very true. Because we are in what? Capitalism. All right. Shareholders' value is very important. Okay. Why we care about diversification? Because we want to create values. For what? Shareholders, for stakeholders, for us, whatever. Okay? Right? Create values is the purpose of strategy management, and business. I want to emphasize this. Okay? Business is all about money. Okay? Business is all about value. Okay? Value. Okay? So probably we don't have any chance to talk about the nature, the fundamental nature of value at this class, but value is the central word in the business, I believe. Okay? Number two, related diversification and unrelated diversification. Relatable diversification, you have connected way to between business units. Unrelated diversification, no connection. Okay? Related diversification enables a firm to benefit from horizontal relationships across different business in the diversified cooperation by leveraging core competencies and sharing activities. Yes, very true. This is definition of related diversification. So basically, related diversification is what? Why we care about related diversification. Leveraging core competencies means what? Synergetic effects. Synergetic effects. Okay. So related diversification is all about synergetic effects. Okay. Number three, unrelated diversification. Potential benefits can be gained from vertical or hierarchical relationship. No, unrelated diversification. No relationship in business, right? Okay. Why we care about unrelated diversification? Why we see unrelated diversification? So related diversification it makes great sense. Synergetic effects. And unrelated diversification. Why? Risk control, portfolio management. Okay. Risk control, portfolio management. Because your environments are so drastically changing. So you cannot, okay? Everything, you cannot appropriately respond. Okay. So you wanna reduce your risk, okay, for what? Portfolio management. Okay. ECG metrics. Okay. We want to talk about this. Number four, an advantage of mergers and acquisitions is that they can enable a firm rapidly enter new product market. Yes, that's very true. We talked about that with my paper at the very beginning of this semester. acquisitions. You buy a company. That means you can just use this resource, acquires resource immediately. Okay, so it's true. Number 5, an advantage of internal development. Make. Okay, I make by myself inside. Okay, an advantage of internal development is that firms do not have to combine activities across the value chains of many companies, merge company cultures. Yes, that is true. Okay, so what is the benefit of make? Simple. I can do by myself. That means I can control everything. I can control everything. So if you do everything by yourself, you can control everything. It's great. Okay? It's great. I don't need to coordinate something. Okay? But we cannot because technology, business environment, so complicated. Okay? So we cannot do by myself everything. That's why we take care of this corporation level strategy. Think about that. Science, your technology. You take care of everything, it's impossible. Impossible. Okay? Even low technology industry, okay? You cannot do that. Okay? That's why we think about make or buy. Which component of my business make? Which component is buy something? Okay? Number 6, poison pills. Okay, poison pills always are used to protect the best interest of management. Is it true or false? It's false, right? It's false. Okay. And number 7, a golden parachute is a pre-arranged contract with managers specifying that in the event of a hostile takeover, the target company managers will be paid a significant severance package. Yes, that's very true. So, in the acquisitions, okay, probably in your textbook there are three types of techniques, okay, to create value for you, okay. Green mail, golden parachute, poison pills. Okay, then these are very simple concepts. So if you read the textbook carefully, you can understand this. Okay, so in acquisitions, there are some techniques to protect. Okay, the existing shareholders or management benefits. Okay, so we talk about that. So based on this, you probably already recognize that we are talking about what? Related, unrelated diversifications, okay? Acquisitions, okay? And some other strategy. Okay? Any question, comment? Okay, let's move. Okay, so learning objective, diversification, make or buy, right? Combination. Make or buy combinations. Okay. Why we care about diversification? Because we have multiple business units to harmonize among these, okay? To create values. Okay? Related diversification. Why? Synergetic effects. Synergetic effects. Related diversification. Unrelated diversification. For what? Portfolio management. Risk reduction. Okay? Then some strategy of make or buy, acquisitions, joint ventures, alliances, internal development. That's it. Okay, that's it. Very simple topics. Okay. So let's go. We are here, right? Corporate level strategy, chapter 6. Okay. So this time your test will be chapter 4, 5, 6. And the next time we are going to talk about some very interesting topics in the strategy management. Okay, to create value. Okay, so this is a pretty interesting case. Okay, many people are interested in this. Actually, it's not a new issue. Okay, This case is a very long time issue. Many people try to find a better way to resolve this issue, but it's still unsolvable. Unsolvable. So many people actually are still researching on this topic. Okay, these days too. Coca-Cola case. Coca-Cola, very interesting case. Coca-Cola versus bottling. Okay, so your team will be together. Then please try to answer these three questions. We gonna briefly talk about this. Okay, three questions after your discussions. Okay. All right. So let me start. Let me create your breakout rooms. So rooms. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. Okay, please go ahead, join with your team, and talk about these three questions. Be ready to briefly discuss these three questions as a whole group. Okay? All right, as a whole group. Okay? Please go ahead. Enjoy your team meeting. All right. How was your meeting? It's okay? All right. Thank you, Michael. Reaction. Emily, thank you. Okay. All right. Let's go straight. Let's go straight. Okay. Very simple case, but it has a lot of implications. But make or buy. Okay. Number one. What are the pros and cons of Coca-Cola owning its bottlers? Any team, please go ahead.
Hello?
Okay, hello, Courtney, please go ahead. Any team? What are the pros and cons of Coca-Cola owning its bottlers? Any team? Anyone?
I'm with Team 5, and we talked a little bit about how some of the pros are, for one, Coca-Cola kind of expands its supply chain. So since they're handling the bottles, it's going to reduce the cost of the products and probably decrease production time a little bit, because they're not really needing to deal with third party because it would be solely for Coca-Cola. And we said some of the cons were essentially like the upkeep and cost of the facility, needing more staff, and then also not being able to focus as much on like the actual Coca-Cola product because they're having to spend time and money investing into the bottling facilities.
Exactly. Aidan, thank you so much. Team 5, great. Okay. So this is the nature of this issue, right? Actually, there are pros and cons. Everyone knows that. Okay. Pros is what? The control. This is your thing inside. Okay. And but it's not efficient many times. Right? And cons, you can use external technology, external better resource. Okay, but you cannot control everything. It's a problem. Okay, so there are some trade-offs. Okay? It is. Okay? Great, Aidan. Thank you so much. Okay, any other idea? Right, then let's move. Why didn't Coca-Cola's acquisition of these bottlers lead to the improvements the firm expected? What happened? Any team? Anyone? Please go ahead. What was the problem?
I'm with Team 5, and we basically discussed how the main problem was that it was so expensive to upgrade and streamline the bottling networks, and it was a lot harder than they expected. They originally thought that kind of making this move would be a good idea, but then they got into it and kind of realized it's a low margin, capital intensive business, so they weren't really making a whole lot of money from it.
Great, great. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Margaret. I love you. Team 5 comments are based on what? Cost reduction strategy. It is. It is about cost reduction. These things. It's not all about product differentiation. Okay? Actually, it's close to cost reduction strategy. But actually, the acquisition of these bottlers didn't help a lot about cost reduction. It was a real problem. Okay, it was a real problem. Okay? So again, there are pros and cons. Okay? Which strategy is the best one? We cannot say like this. Okay? It depends on a lot of factors, contextual factors. That's the key point of this case. Okay. So will this latest move serve as a clear strategy that will lead to long-term profitability? We don't know. It depends. Okay? It depends. We don't know. But it's just a reaction to outside pressures the firm faced? Yes, probably it can be. It can be. Okay? But again, look at this. Make or buy is not a simple issue. Okay? There are many factors you should consider. Okay? This is why we take care of a strategy. Okay? So it can be good for long-term profitability. It can be not just strategy to face the pressures from the outside. Okay, but we need to take care of this strategy anyway. Huh? So make or buy is not a simple decisions. Okay, but still we need to take care of these issues. Okay, great. Any other ideas, comment? I believe you already have a good sense about these issues because we talked about these issues again and again. So let's move. Let's go straight. Okay. So corporate level strategy. Corporate level strategy. I talked about that related diversification, all about what synergetic effects. Okay. Coca-Cola bottling companies. Why related diversification? Because they want to have what synergetic effects. Okay? Synergetic effects. Okay, diversification. This is pretty good. Okay. Business 1 plus business 2 is more than 2. This is a synergetic effects. This is a businessman's mind. Okay. Mathematicians. I'm a sort of mathematician, so I absolutely agree with 1 plus 1 equals 2. Okay. I love it. 1 plus 1 equals 2. But in a business, 1 plus 1 equals 2 is not a successful business. The business school, 1 plus 1 should be more than 2, 3, 5, or 10, something like that. This is a strategist mind. Okay? 1 plus 1 should be 10. 1 plus 1 should be 100. This is a synergetic effects. That's why we care about 1 plus 1. Okay? 1 plus 1. If I make 1 plus 1 equals 2 in my business, I'm not going to do that. No worries. Okay? That is a waste of my time and effort. Okay? So this is a synergetic effects. Right. Related, unrelated business. Related, economics of scope, economics of scale, and anything else create values. Synergetic effects. Leverage core competencies, same thing, synergetic effects. Sharing related effective activities, synergetic effects. Market power, synergetic effects. So all the concepts in the related diversification is synergetic effects. Then unrelated diversification. Unrelated diversification. Oh, I'm gonna talk about this. So business process is raw materials to the distribution from the flow of raw materials, right? Inbound, production, outbound, and customer sales. Then this is a backward. This was backward. Okay? Backward. And this is forward. So don't confuse this. Okay? I actually, yeah, for the first time, I was confused. Okay, so backward, forward. So many people use backward integration, backward acquisition, or forward integration, the acquisitions. So don't confuse this. I just wanna do this. And transaction cost perspective. Okay. This is a Nobel Prize theory, Nobel Prize winner. Okay. Transaction cost theory is basically simply is all about make or buy. Make or buy. Okay. Why? Why? Sometimes you make. Why sometimes you make buy? Because transaction cost. Transaction cost is a search cost, negotiating cost, contract cost, many types of costs. Okay. For example, transaction cost, your job. Why a company hire people? I'm a boss. I hire you. Why? Because I want to reduce transaction cost. This is a central idea of transaction cost perspective. If I hire you, if I hire you every day, I need to spend a lot of search costs, negotiating costs, something like that. Okay? when I go to any, like contractors, okay, daily hired contractors, okay? Gas station. I go to gas station and pick some people and make them work every day. I spend a lot of such course and negotiation course. But if I hire you monthly, I don't need to spend such course and negotiation cost every day. That's why I hire you as my employee. This is a transaction cost perspective. I want to reduce transaction cost. Okay? If transaction cost is high, then probably I will hire you permanently. Okay? So this is individual level. This theory can be applied in any level. Okay, this is Nobel Prize winner theory, and it explains many things. Okay, this is the central idea of transaction cost perspective. Okay, unrelated diversification, portfolio management, okay, restructure, risk reduction. Okay, unrelated diversifications. Okay? So you have multiple business units, but these business units are unrelated. Why? No synergetic effects. Then why you have these multiple business units in your umbrella portfolio management, BCG metrics, okay? Risk reduction. This is BCG metrics. Related market share and industry growth rate. Probably you already familiar with this in other classes. Okay? So your market share is not good, low, and your market share is high. Industry growth rate, high, low. Then the market share is not good. Industry growth rate is not good. Then this is dogs. This is not good. Okay. I don't know why people, label these dogs. Actually, dogs are great, but anyway, they label dogs. Okay. So this probably you don't want to have these business units. And market share is a small, but growth rate is great. Then it's a question mark. Okay. And your growth rate is great and your market share is great, then it's a star. And your market share is great but growth rate is low, it's a cash cows. Now you got these concepts. So probably your business will start this, okay, and go this way, like that. Question mark starts cash cow if it is successful. Okay. If it's not successful, probably dogs, okay? Dogs, or we can say some other name like poops, something like that. Okay? So, question mark, stars, cash cow. Think about that. If you're a single business unit, go this way, then what's the next? Yeah? Go this way. What's the next? If you don't have any next, okay, what happened? Now it's okay, it starts, okay, you can make money and cash flows, then, but you don't have any next following business units to feed up your whole business. Okay? That's why people have some portfolio. Okay, so question marks and stars and cash cows, something like this. Okay, this is a portfolio management. Okay, so if these stars are high risky, then probably you have this cash cows business to have a stable cash flow, something like this. Okay? So this is portfolio management. All right, so means of diversification, mergers, acquisition, we already knew this. Acquisitions, right? Strategic alliances, corporate venture capital, we talked about that. Okay, joint ventures, we already talked about that. Licensing contracts. These modes of strategy acquire external technologies. Okay, and we already talked about that with my papers. Okay, my papers at the very beginning of the semester. Then internal development internal, make, okay, make. Corporate entrepreneurship, new venture development. Simply speaking, these are actually what you're doing right now. Berry College, corporate entrepreneurship, Berry Enterprise, Berry Enterprises that produce what meat and some, the dairy products and they sell it. This is a kind of example of corporate entrepreneurship. New venture development too. Okay? So we also have what Hackberry. We also have some, some business incubator system at the Berry College. You are familiar with this, right? So this is an example of internal development. Okay? So mergers acquisition, I'm not gonna replicate it. Okay, you just read this and you can understand that. String alliances, okay, joint ventures, okay, same thing. Internal development, we talked about that, right? Internal development, right? So I'm gonna summarize. Okay, main point is that actually your textbook doesn't provide the enough explanation about this. Make or buy. Okay, so why we take care of these trade-offs between make or buy? Okay? Make, you can control inside. Okay, you can control everything, but it's not many times not efficient. It means external technology is better. Okay? So buy is sometimes better, but you cannot control. Okay? So think about these trade-offs. Okay? All right. Make, you can control everything, but it's a time consuming. It's not efficient. Okay? External technology, buy, it's efficient, but you cannot control everything. Okay? There are trade-offs. Okay? So think about that. Acquisition is what make, internalize, right? Acquisitions. Okay? So when you acquire a company, you can use all the resources, but it's not always efficient. Yeah. And alliances or CBC, something like that. Okay. CBC alliances. So still outside, you use these external resources, so you cannot control, but it's many times efficient. So there are trade-offs between these. Make or buy. Which one you choose? This is your choice because you are the boss. You are the boss. Okay? So when you have a job, in your job, you will do this. Okay? In many cases, make or buy. Okay? Not exactly these situations, big strategic decisions, but in your job, in many levels, you will make decisions about this. Make or buy. Okay? You need to think about these trade-offs. That's it. That's pretty much about chapter 6, corporate level strategy. Basically, we talked about what? Harmonize multiple business units. Where to compete. Okay? Any question? Comment? So this is clear? So you're ready to take the exam next time? Okay, 3 chapters, 4, 5, 6. Okay, again, my suggestion is very simple. Read twice, very carefully your textbook, 3 chapters, then you will be ready. We already experienced this. Okay, so no question, no comment. I just want to make sure. So if you are ready to go, please say yes. I love this routine. We are a team right now. Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Then I will see you on Wednesday. On Wednesday, our class becomes more efficient and effective. Very nice. Okay, very nice. Okay. Thank you so much, John. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Thank you, Kennedy. Thank you, John. Thank you, Noah. Thank you so much. You're great.